Oh God. Hello. So this is actually take two because I did a pretty good take and I realized my mic was off. So that was a really fun and funky fresh time. Anyway, let's get into it. Take two. I'm somebody who holds on to clothes for a long time, sometimes 5 years, 10 years. Heck, I'm still regularly wearing a jacket I got for my 15th birthday, 10,000 years ago. Unfortunately, not every piece of clothing that I hold on to for so long is as continuously worn and loved. A lot of times I hold on to things under the excuse of, I used to wear it all the time. Maybe I'll want to go back to that style one day. Even if it hasn't been my style for a very long time, if it ever even was to begin with. My current style is a blend of vintage, fantasy, folksy, and some otome thrown in there for good measure. Basically, I've really embraced the aesthetics of my English countryside idyllic life, put them into a big pot, stirred them up, and I've been eating this style soup ever since. What am I even saying? All right, but it's a pretty good meal. I've been enjoying it. Today, I'm going to take some of the modern clothes I've been carrying around that aren't quite my style and see if I can turn them into some vintage-inspired pieces that I'll put to better use. So let's see what we have and get going. This shirt is something that I almost like. I love the light blue and white stripes and the buttons down the back, but it's pretty much where that ends. My sister lent me this shirt when I was going to a ladies' brunch and said I could keep it since it wasn't really her style. And it turns out it's not really mine either. Oh my bad. So for this top, I think I'm going to first shorten the sleeves and add a contrasting white cuff to them. Next, I'm going to use the collar part of this vintage Laura Ashley pattern and add the collar to the neckline. So yeah, let's get started. You okay? You okay, honey? Oh, she's mad. Yeah. Alright, for this next part, I admit I'm going to be cheating ever so slightly as I have already made up some cuffs pressed and sewn together and the whole shebang. Not really cheating per se, I did the work. It was just for a different project, but waste not, want not, and any less work for me. Basically, nice long rectangle, sewed together, pressed seam open, pressed a cuff over, and I will be attaching the raw edges together, obviously inside of the cuff, sewing it around, and yeah, then we'll go over the next steps. So something to keep in mind is that I am a beginner to a beginner intermediate seamstress. That's generous. Sewist, home sewist. So I'm doing what works for me. Please be kind, basically. But I'm open to kind, constructive criticism, feedback. I want to get better, and I think I'm doing a pretty good job as a beginner. Anyway, Disclaimer over. No, I should be confident. We don't need to qualify everything we do. We can just do it. So, constructive feedback revoked. Just kidding. But, you know, we should allow ourselves to do things and be confident. All right, lecture over. Let's get back to sewing. All right, so I have pinned on the collar and I'm about to sew it on. I, unbeknownst to me at the time, pricked my finger and got a little bit of blood on the collar. Anyway, I'll deal with that later, but basically I'm gonna sew it on and then I think I'm going to save the reveal for the end of the video, so stick around as I style it. And I think I'm gonna leave this one here and get it on to project number 2. All right, so this romper is actually something I like quite a bit. It's a nice blend, oops. It's a nice blend of a few of my current styles and can be easily accessorized to form a few different vibes. So why am I changing it? Well, I shrunk this in the wash a few years ago, and while it's still cute from the front, when I turn around, so I am a long torsoed gal. This will never work as is. I gotta do something. This upcycle should be fairly straightforward. Famous last words, I'm sure. Since this is now too short for me, I think I'm just going to try to salvage the top half and leave the bottom to the wind. Probably do something else with the scrap fabric in some other time. This will require me to unpick the top from the bottom, remove the side zipper, stitch the side back up, and hem the bottom edge. I think I'm also going to add 2 rows of shirring at the bottom to bring it in a little bit and make it a bit of a cuter shape, because I think once it's detached from the top, it'll just sort of be hanging out. Yes. When will it be about cats? It's been about clothes all day, not at all about cats. I'm about to start unpicking this thing, which will take a while. All right. So off camera, I hemmed and sewed up the side of my top. So it's looking like a proper little thing now. The hemming was a little bit wonky. You shouldn't be able to tell in a moment. I'm gonna add some shirring next, and then I'm gonna call this one done. Hello, Moira. Come on. You coming up? She's feeling kind of needy. No, the butthole right on the face. Ugh. All right, so I'm certainly no sewing expert, but I have been doing it long enough now that I know some things that I wish I would have known when I first started sewing, and a big one of those things is when using shirring, use the longest stitch length, because that will allow between each stitch for more fabric to gather.
12 seconds later.
Hi there, I'm an idiot. I went on that whole big spiel and I didn't adjust my stitch length. Like an idiot. Oh my god. Ah! Luckily, I didn't get very far, but man, putting on the clown makeup today. These are some jeans. They are fine. Neutral and mediocre in their jeansness. Well, that's not actually true. These jeans are ethically produced and are made from high quality organic cotton, so the quality is nice and they're worth having around. I just don't really wear jeans much these days, especially not as light of a denim as these, so I want to transform this ethical product and give it the love it deserves. This one is almost too easy, and it's the one I've been the most excited for. I've actually had to stop myself from doing it previously because I really wanted to do it, and that is I will be dyeing these jeans a lovely forest green. I think once they're green, I'll get heaps more use out of them. I don't have anything like that in my wardrobe currently. Big fan of green, I'm sure you can tell. So I'll be using Dylon's machine dye, not Spawn, obviously. Though Dylon, if you are interested, give me a call. Shuck, brah. You can take the California out of the girl, but you can't take... Oh no, wait, that's not right. You can take the girl out of California, but you can't take the California out of the girl. I've used Dylon's products a few times before, both their machine dye and their hand dye, but I find the machine dye makes a bit more of a steadfast color. Sometimes I think the hand dyes look a little bit washed out, or it kind of looks like I dyed my clothes. Versus the machine dye, nobody knows. People are always really surprised when I'm like, I dyed this green myself. So let's put this puppy in the wash and see how it goes.
Wow!
Come, dear Jane, now let's get together.
And don't you love that nice summer weather?
So let's go to that beautiful sea.
I'll follow along, it's you for me.
Anything that I would suggest to you.
Yes, to your heart, I think it's the best to do.
So jump in my Ford.
Holler all aboard.
Gee, I want to be
By the sea,
by the sea.
by the beautiful sea.
You and I.
You and I.
Oh, how happy we'll be.
When each wave comes a-rolling in,
We will duck or swim,
and we'll float and fool around the water.
over and under.
Then up for air,
R is rich.
my rich.
As above, so below, or at least that's what Nathan Drake tells me. My outro also didn't film or record on my mic. So once again, round 2. For my first video, I think it went pretty well. The first piece, I'm really happy with the cuffs. I think they look really sweet. It certainly is a pretty big transformation, a noticeable transformation. The collar is for sure a bit wonky. I'll probably go in later and redo that. I don't know why I had such trouble with it, but I think I'll still get some good wear out of it, certainly way more than before. Second one, the romper I split in half. I'm pretty happy with. I think it's a really cute little shirt. It will look great with some high-waisted shorts, so I'm pretty pleased. It is quite short, so it very much is a crop top. And then the last piece, the jeans, very little I could have done to mess that up, and I'm happy to say I didn't. I think they look great. I want to dye more stuff. It's so much fun. And that about wraps it up. If you enjoyed this, then please like this video, and if you want to see more from me, hit that subscribe. Oh my god, that's so cringy. Just hit that subscribe. It's hard saying that with a straight face, but I want you to subscribe. I plan on uploading hopefully every Friday, but for a really make heavy week, it'll probably be every other Friday. I'm still a girl working a day job. I hope you have a wonderful day wherever you are, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye!
Wave comes a-rolling in,
We will duck or swim,
and we'll float and fool around the water.
over and under.
Then up for air,
R is rich.